Hello guys, we are here at the end of 2024. Today and tomorrow are the last 2 days of 2024 before we start our week 1 of January 2025. So it only makes sense to actually do a video for you guys. Stop being jealous. The girls are getting jealous. The girls want fuss time and I don't have time to fuss you right now. You have to wait for later for fusses. You do. It only made sense to me for the end of 2024 to do a comparison video. Can I do anything better than what I could at the start of January 2024? Now, I'm not expecting a miracle because, as you know from my videos, that there's been a lot of ups, there's been a lot of downs, there's been a lot of twists and turns. So I'm not expecting magic. I'm not expecting to do much. But it is going to be nice to see how I'm starting 2025. Now, I do actually have to go on a run today, which I won't be recording. And the reason I won't be recording it is just because I'm already doing this video for today. But I will post a little picture just here, just to prove that I did it. I did my run. Leave the camera. But for now, we are just going to do a comparison. So the first thing I'm actually going to compare is actually my running. Because at the start of January, I was struggling to run 5k. I was struggling to run 1k without stopping. And yet at the end of 2024, I can honestly say that I have completed 3 10k races. I have ran an 11k. I have sort of ran a 16k. I did attempt to run a half marathon, but as we know, I got injured and as a result couldn't run it in the end. However, for 2025, as well as being booked in for our marathon, a half marathon is actually part of my training plan. In fact, multiple half marathons are part of my training plan. So we are booked into a half marathon in February, and we are also booked into our first half marathon trail run in November at the end of next year, as well as the Manchester Marathon in 2025. So if that doesn't shout progress, the fact that I've gone from struggling to run 5k to preparing to run a half marathon, multiple half marathons and a marathon, and the fact that I've ran 3 10k races since then, I'd say that's damn good progress in regards to running. In regards to strength training, we are going to test that out right now. Now, I know for a fact my mobility has gone backwards and I'm at about the same point that I was at the start of the year. So I'm not going to worry about my mobility today because it's my fault that I've not actually put any training into my mobility for the last 6 months. And I'll be honest, I've not put a lot of energy into my strength training in the last 6 months either with everything that's been going on. But we are going to test that theory and see, have I actually improved in any way, shape or form? There you go, that's how much strength I've lost. So I've gone from being able to do no push-up on my knees to 10 push-ups on my knees, 3 sets of 10 push-ups on my knees to 2 push-ups on my knees. Oh my God. And this is what happens when you're not consistent. This is actually a great example, a really great example of how consistency matters. At the start of 2024, I was very consistent and you guys saw how much progress I made. I made tons of progress in only a short amount of time, in only a few months. And because I've been neglecting my strength training, because I've been hyper-focusing on my running training, I have lost so much strength. I've maintained some of it, but I've lost the majority of it without a doubt. I'm not looking forward to doing the chin-up and pull-up tests. Beck. That's still progress. Do you know what? I'm gonna take that because at the start of the year, I could not do a single shoulder shrug without my feet on the floor. And even after 6 months of not strength training, I can still do 3 shoulder shrugs with my feet off the floor. So that's still progress. Okay, so still can't even get close to the up movement of a chin up. However, in January, I couldn't even hold my body weight. So unsurprisingly, my chin-ups haven't improved or changed in any way, shape or form. However, I know for a fact that in January, I really struggled to hold my body weight on my hands. I really struggled to hold my body weight on my hands. And I'm 2 kilograms heavier. There's another bit of progress. I can now hold my body weight on my hands even without 6 months of training. And something I forgot to mention at the start of this video is I weighed myself this morning because I wanted to see how my weight has changed from January to the end of December. Keeping in mind that yes, I've had my up days, I've had my down days, I've had days where I've ate well, I've had days where I've not ate so well. However, through all of that, I did stay somewhat consistent in the fact that I never stopped trying. If my exercise was falling off, I focused on food. If my food was falling off because of stress, I focused on my exercise. I always tried to do a little bit of something. Or even if it was I was extremely stressed and overwhelmed, I stopped, I took a break and I rested for a short period of time before then kicking it back up. Because of that, I have been pretty consistent throughout this entire year. And yet I have gained 2 kilograms in weight. I started the year off at 105.2 kilograms and I'm finishing the year at exactly 107 kilograms. So I am 2 kilograms heavier, yet I am stronger. Even after 6 months of no strength training, I am stronger. I can hold my body weight again. I look like I've lost weight, even though I've not. And that to me is a big win. These are only little progress goals, little progress markers, but you know what? Overall, they are actually really big. And when I say I look different, here's the evidence. First photo is from January 1st, 2024, and the second photo is from today, December the 30th. Yes, I know there's still one more day in December, but we're not going to worry about that. You can see the difference. You can visibly see the difference. Even though I am 2 kilograms heavier, I look skinnier. I look more toned. I look healthier. I look like I do some form of exercise. So have that as a little reminder to yourself. Just because you're having a few bad days, just because you don't see a large amount of progress, does not mean that progress isn't happening. You can still do this. You can still push your way through, and we are going into 2025 racing. Literally, I've got to go and do a 6K run now because that's now my norm. A 6K run is now a normal training run for me compared to struggling to run 5K at the start of January. And yes, this hasn't been a massive video. There haven't been any massive changes. There hasn't been any, oh my God, shock improvements, but that's reality. Reality is, for the average person, which I unfortunately am very average, there isn't massive progress. There isn't going to be some massive drastic changes because there's nothing drastic about me to change. My body is changing slowly, it's adapting slowly, and it's improving at a pace that it feels comfortable. But it is still improving, and that's the thing. I am still improving. I'm still making little progresses every single day, and so can you. They may not be big, they may not be exponential, they may not be obvious, but you are making little progresses with each and every workout, with each and every choice of what meal you're having that day, with each and every choice or decision to go on a walk, with each and every decision to have a rest day. You are making some kind of progress. Even rest days are so important. You need to have at least one a week, at least one rest day a week to completely recover from the training and exercise you've done that week if you have done any. Or sometimes you just need it to recover from stress. Sometimes you need to recover from burnout. Sometimes you just need a day to yourself to just splodge. It benefits you. It really genuinely does benefit you. I know a lot of you at this point are on this journey with me. I know so many of you have left comments and messages of cheer and motivation, and thank you so much because it really has helped. You guys have helped me get out of bed on days I didn't want to get out of bed. You've encouraged me to go on runs on days I did not want to go on runs. You've encouraged me to actually do exercise on days I really didn't want to do exercise. And I want to, first of all, thank you for all that support. And secondly, I want to try and do the same for you guys. I want you to know that I read every single comment on these videos, every single one. I know exactly which one of you are on this journey alongside me. I know exactly which one of you are Jason coming in the room with the radio blasting in the background. Enjoying your hops there?
Gotta kill me.
Jason's doing his exercises for the day, and apparently my girls are doing their exercises for the day as well. But yes, I do read every single one of your comments. I do know which one of you are also on this journey with me. I know which one of you are also struggling, are also battling through it, and just know that I am genuinely cheering you on. I hope that all of you are having the same things.
Generally drunk.
Stop biting. I was trying to help you. I do read every single one back.
Yeah!
Trying to make a video on yourself. It's very difficult. I want you guys to know that I read each and every single one of your comments. I am cheering you on. You might not know it because you don't physically see me on this side of the camera, but every comment I read, I am genuinely praying and hoping and cheering you on from behind the screen. I want you to succeed. I want you to keep going. I want you to keep pushing. And I also want you guys to look after yourselves. Don't do what I did. Don't push yourself to burnout and not take rest. Don't push yourself far beyond what you're capable of. Make sure to do what I hope to do in 2025, which is take time to rest, take time to recover, take time for yourself. But more importantly, take time to give yourself a pat on the back for every little bit of progress that you make, because every tiny bit of progress is just as important as that massive change you see in 3 or 4 months' time.